It is always a joy to come and share with you. And today I bring you greetings from very far away from home. I am coming from Benin. I don't want to say things that I don't understand, but at least from Benin, I've learned one word, bonjour. So it is so amazing when you're in Africa and you think, Africa is a small continent. Because you're used to your own culture, you're used to your own people, you're used to your own small space until you travel to a country that is a bit different from the things or from the place that you have been so used to for the very many years or for all the years that you have been alive. So when I reached in Benin, it was like I was not really in Africa, it was like I was in a different kind of place because, well, here they first of all speak French. So it is amazing that you look at this person, you want to communicate, but they do not understand what you're saying. And then they also speak back to you in their own language, and you're also not understanding what they are saying. But somehow, God is so amazing that something small as a smile, you just put a smile for this person and they smile back, and then you're like, yeah, I get you, I get what you're meaning, and somehow that makes your day. So it's been a very interesting time being here because the language is too different and then their food is so different. But yeah, it's really been an amazing time being here. I came for a women's conference, a very interesting summit actually, because it is bringing together women from across Africa, but not just any women, but women in digital, women who are trusting God to use the digital tools, resources, and platforms that they have been blessed with to make a difference. And you know, one of the things that I actually liked about this summit is that the edge is cutting across. You know, when you hear about digital, you're thinking of, these are going to be young people, yeah? Young people and who are always on their phones, who are taking selfies, who are tweeting, not tweeting, who are posting on their X, and they are on Instagram and all, but these are women who are actually trusting to use trusting God to use the digital tools to make a difference, but they are also not fancy and always on their phones. And that actually left an impression on me to know that, well, you can make a difference in the digital space. You can make a difference online without you having to be on your phone all the time and taking photos of everything that you're seeing and posting it away. No, but it has been amazing. We have all sorts of women from all countries that you can think about. Some are actually also out of the country, from other continents, not Africa. I was going to say out of the continent, but I don't know if that's right English. But anyway, and then all ages. We have people who are fit to be grandmas, but they are here saying, no, God, we want you to use us to make a difference in this era that we are living in, because friends, we are living in a digital era. And so I really want to share with you some of the things that I'm getting from this conference. We are having a break, we've been learning a lot of things, and so they gave us time to just come and do practice. So people are posting away on their phones, people are interacting with other people, they are on social media, trying to talk to one or two people and encourage them and, minister to them. But I said, well, I already have a platform, an audience on YouTube, so how about I come and do this video? So it's going to be a little bit brief. And yeah, I'm going to just share with you some of the things that I have learned, things that have really, really left a mark on me, and hopefully you will be blessed. And so one of the things that I'm going to share about is actually about the theme of the conference. So the theme of the conference is focusing on your strength. And this really resonates with the things that we have been talking about on this channel ever since we began, because we really, really keep on talking about the importance of knowing who you are. So if you're going to make a difference, and if you're going to focus on your strength, you have to first of all know what that strength is. Actually, this morning we were just identifying what our strengths are. And so ladies were just sharing, well, for me, I'm good at this. Well, for me, I'm good at the other. And so we want to look at how can we use this strength that we are having to make a difference in this world. Yeah, to make an impact on just one person, just like Jesus says, he can leave the 99 and go after the one that is has gone astray. So we have to continue focusing on our strength. We have to continue identifying our strength. And when you identify those strengths, don't sit on them. Some of us know we are good at so many things. Someone will tell you, I'm good at singing. And yes, you hear them sing and you're like, well, sis, you are really, really blessed. Some people are good at writing. People are good at designing. People are good at talking and motivating others and sharing the word of God. People are very, very, they have a lot of strength. But the challenge is that what do you do when you identify that strength? And when I think about the theme, it's focus on your strength. One of the things that we do as ladies is that sometimes we lose the mark. We lose the point and we don't focus on our strength, but we focus on our weaknesses, if I can say. You look at your sister, your friend, and they are good at, let me say singing, and you get so taken up by this thing. You're like, I also have to sing. I also have to do this. Some people are just gifted with talking, with speaking, and whether you like it or not, if you're not gifted, you can learn. But this one, you find it is flowing for them, and they can easily get a mic and talk, and the whole crowd will be moved. And then you find yourself, you're beating yourself up, and you're saying, well, I also want to be like this person, or why can't I do it like the other? And then you want to be something else. We have talked about all these things that you as an individual, God has given you strength, and you really need to focus on that. If each one of us can focus on their strength, we are going to be, we will be unstoppable. But the bad thing is that some of us are leaving our stations to focus and squeeze ourselves where we are not supposed to be. But how great and how amazing it would be if each one of us knew what we are good at and we said, I'm going to focus on that. I can give an example. My sister who helps me with these videos, she usually helps me to capture and all that. And then for me, I will sit in the front of the camera and talk. But imagine if I wanted to compete with her. Oh, I want to be like my sister. Then, oh, I can do this. Let me also learn how to. Maybe it wouldn't be very effective as we would be. But if each one of us focuses on their strength and we do it right, then we are going to be effective. We're going to form um, a big network that is going to make Africa a better place. So, my dear sisters, I know that if you have been following me from the first time we began, I know that at least you have been challenged to know who you are, to know your strength. And so when you have figured it out, please don't sit on it, but also focus on it. Don't go around seeking, what can I do? Like in this conference, in this summit, there are many ladies that have talked about so many things that they are doing. We have all sorts of women who are gifted in very many ways here. But as they shared, I was looking at how can I pick the principles, how can I get the information and apply it where I am gifted. And that is why I'm even here. I would have said, okay, hey, there is this lady who shared with us of what they are doing online using one of the social media platforms. They have a very big following, 500,000 people. I would have said, let me also try on this other social media platform. But I already have this channel, and this is my strength that I want to continue growing into. So when we got time to sit and do practicals, I said, wait, I'll go and talk with my family, with my sisters, because this is where my strength lies currently. So you need to focus on your strength. And the other thing that really, really came out for me is that we are here in a digital era and it's not going to go. It's not going to go away. And for the people who have caught that, they are taking every opportunity to make the use of this time that we are in. And it's unfortunate that some of the people who are doing these things, they are destructive. You have seen suicide rates going up. You've heard about people who are getting depressed. People are being bullied. A lot of addictions that are coming out. People going online to do outrageous things. And sometimes the only thing that we do is to blame them. This generation, people are doing this and the other. But it's because there's someone who is seated with an agenda to use the era that we are in for their own motives and to achieve the goal that they have that might not be even useful. So this is the era that we are in. And dear sisters, I'm going to encourage you to embrace this era. So what are you going to do in this era that we are in? And I want to challenge you, sisters, that we can focus on helping the digital natives that are being affected by this era. These are people who are being born in this era that we are in. What are you going to do to improve their lives? What are you going to do to instill the principles that have helped you to live a good life? And by good, I'm not meaning material things. No, by good, I mean a life of principles, a value-driven life. Are you able to say, well, I know my young brothers and sisters do not have that opportunity because of the era that they are in that is shaping them and feeding them on lies. Can I pass them on to them? And how are you going to pass them on? Right now, you're watching this video on YouTube. It doesn't come so easily. I can imagine what it takes. I already know what it takes to make these videos. I know what it takes to just sit in front of a camera and you don't even have an audience physically there, but you have to imagine it and you know that someone is behind that screen watching you. It takes some energy. It takes some hard work. It takes like you have to motivate yourself, but you can do it. Don't just be someone who will watch and you stop there. Don't just be a receiver. The people who know me have advocated for YouTube, people to start YouTube for as long as I started understanding what it really means to be a digital, to make a difference using digital resources. I started talking about YouTube before I began it. And then I decided, no, I can begin this for myself. And yeah, and make a difference. So don't just be a consumer. Think about something that you can do. What are those things that you're passionate about? When you look at young people, what is making you bleed? What is making your heart bleed? What are you really passionate about? And when you have that specific thing that you would want to help that young person in, you can start a channel. But there are also other digital means that you can use. There are many. Social media has come up. Many people are spending a lot of time on all these platforms. Do you know that actually people spend on average 7 hours online? Those are so many hours. When you remove like maybe 5 or 6 of sleep, you realize that many people are spending a lot of time online. And please don't be those. Don't just watch films and watch movies and watch topics like these, channels like this, and you stop there. You can also start something. You can also start something and start talking about something that is going. Send a message out there. You know, when you go online, you realize that there are all sorts of information. There are all sorts of wisdom, and many people are searching. You know, people find it so hard. I've seen it myself with myself, yeah. You have this thing that you're struggling with and you don't have anyone, or you don't want to ask anyone about it. And so you decide, I'm going to go online. You go on Google and you type in, how do I find love? How can I feel accepted? What do I do when I'm depressed? Am I pregnant? Do I have a baby? What are the signs of early pregnancy? What are the signs of a sexually transmitted disease? How do I find God? How do I pray? People search for all sorts of things online. They go on Google, they go on YouTube, and there is all sorts of information. How about we say that as ladies of significance, we are going to go into the social media platforms and send the right message there, so that as someone is searching, at least your video will be recommended and they will get the information that is right. And you know, someone said that you want to make an impact beyond your grave, do digital ministry or do it digitally. So if you put up a video online, it's going to outlive you, because I know that maybe, let me say 100 years from now, I'll be dead, like long gone. But I know that unless something happens, but if things stay the way they are, my videos are going to still be up on YouTube for a very long time. They will outlive me. And the wisdom, the information that I am sharing right now It's going to help someone one day when I'm like 20 years, like when I've died like for so many years. We all know that there are people that we have watched online and you realize that they are long gone. They've died like 30 or years. They died like 30 years ago, 10 years ago. And yet when you're watching them, it's like they are alive. You can literally feel their spirit. That is the power of digital. The messages that we will put across. And we think we are living in a very terrible time. I believe that times are going to get worse. Times are going to get worse. Principles are going to be, they will be affected. Values are going to be compromised. But if someone can follow on a video that you have made and tells the right message and it is telling them this is how you're supposed to live, this is the kind of life that you should live to be successful, to be effective in life. If someone falls on that video 20 years from now, even when you're long gone, that will be a plus. That will have saved someone's life who would have gone astray and maybe become, I don't know what. So I'm going to encourage you from what I'm learning here that as you focus on your strength, you will also think about the generations that are yet to come after you. And there is a generation that is immediately after you. The next gen, the Gen Zs. Those people, when we look at them, you say all sorts of things. You think they are, like you look at them and you're like, what are these kids up to? They're spending all their time online undressing, and for men dressing up like girls, making up just for what? Likes? And sometimes we think that is all that they are yearning for, and yet deep down there is something that we are not giving them. Can you decide that you'll make a difference digitally? I've chosen to use YouTube and I'm going to be very, very intentional about it. But what are you going to use? Which tool can you use? Trust me, people no longer spend time on TV or reading newspapers or reading books. They read books on their phone. If you say, well, I want to impact the young generation, you have to do things or find them where they are. I don't want to say you have to do things their way. That might sound weird. But you have to find them where they are. And this time they are spending time on all these social media platforms. They will go to places so that they can come and post on social media. Actually, when someone is traveling, they are not even thinking about that place, like enjoying the place. They are literally thinking about their followers. They are thinking about their likes. That is the life. That is how it is right now. But we are going to find them there. That is what they are encouraging us to do here. And I am excited because I can make a difference. I can make an impact using the platforms that those people that I am looking after, that I am searching for are. And I can do it well. And I can set an example for them to follow. So before I go back down, I'm going to encourage you, dear sisters, that you will focus on your strength. Not just to figure it out and you can talk about it. You will focus on your strength to make an impact digitally. Yeah, we are here not being told, thank God, to unleash our digital strength. We are being told to unleash our strength digitally because we are living in a digital era, and whether we like it or not, we might not be as effective as we ought to be if we remain in the analog era. So I am here, I've embraced the digital world, I've embraced the time that we are living in, but I am very, very sure that God needs me to use my strength, the things that He has blessed me with, to impact lives digitally, because people are living in the digital space, people are living in the metaverse, and if it means me going there so that I can have an impact on them, so that I can bless them in one way or another, then I am willing to go there. So my dear sisters, as I've encouraged you, there is a whole generation that is after you, just right behind you, a little bit behind you. But there's another generation that will come after you. If you want to impact both, then embrace digital. You will impact them now because that is where they are. But even when you're long gone, your message, your voice will still be heard and many lives will be saved. God bless you. I don't know how to say that in French, but I love you so much. Thank you so much for your support. And if you're new here, my name is Edith, and this is Significant Woman. We are here to help one another to become significant, not just for ourselves, but for those people that are around us, but also to become the kind of ladies that God has created us to be. For us to live according to our full potential so that we can fulfill the purpose as to why God made us. And so today, as I leave, I want to tell you that if you're going to become a significant woman, you have to be a digital champion. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it with your sister, your mother, your siblings, every lady and men in your life so that we can continue to learn together. Bye. I will see you in my next video.